Hey, it's Keith. So what is up? Just want a little bit of a talk about how the universe works. And when you believe in, there's no belief about it, but when you just get on that wave that takes you with your human potential and connects you with all the 5D-ness that is the universe, that is you a part of the universe, that is you a part of the creator, that is a part of all the early sons and daughters of the creator as archangels, angels, ascended masters. And when you get in there and you have a purity of heart and you clean up your act, magic things happen. So in 2017, I was like really on the front edge of like what I thought was my potential. I'd played 6 gigs doing what I do, improvising on hardware synthesizers and, you know, all that stuff. And then I thought, wow, I'm there. And then all of a sudden we had that eclipse, the Great American Eclipse, I think they called it, in 2017. And then all of a sudden I met, you know, this friend, this new great friend of mine, this total like avatar person. We quickly became student teacher, and I'm into those type of relationships of not the sort of guru thing, but of where you have friendships with people and the role of teacher student flip-flops, you know. So we quickly had that role. She taught me Ashtanga, and then she took me to her Ashtanga teacher, which was this guy, Scott Miller at Western Yoga College. I proceeded to learn yoga. And then the hermit version of me, that has been the version of me for most of my life, actually became having a lot of friends. I'd never really ever connected with people before, ever. Every single relationship that I'd had up until now was some kind of a compromise and not a well-rounded relationship. Never really connected with anybody, especially spiritual, which is the frontline thing of every fucking thing I do. So, yeah, so on time goes, I become like best friends with these 2 guys you've heard me talk about a little bit, Dan and John, and just proceeded to be influenced by them and their amazingness and the connection, really feeling connections with past life people, of like relationships where it's just like, oh, this is this person, I know this is it, like, meaning that like there's something here with this person of like. So I got really into the heart Vipassana thing, which was just long-term meditation, kind of did that for a while, got really into climbing. I'm in a group of climbers, 6 or 8 of us that do yoga together and some Vipassana. And I'm kind of like the weakest climber in the bunch, but they all love me and looking after me. And that's why I'm in better shape than when I was 16, because of yoga and climbing and running. Really gotten back into running. Still got a little ways to go, but a lot of the new supplements and stuff that I'm learning about, stuff like that, I've healed. Geez, my right knee was like old man knees. But anyways, so here I am now, taking a little break from going down into the city every day with Ashtanga, here for my week in Sedona that I always take on the week of my birthday. And I always do tarot cards with Airbnbs, like, because there's just these big lists of them. And so I just like, okay, that one, tarot card, that one, tarot card, tarot card, tarot card. Let me see which one's it. And so when I first got here into Sedona, which was 2 nights ago, there was this guy comes out. He goes, "Are you the Airbnb guest?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, this listing is screwed up. This woman is basically a fraudulent listing. This person was trying to make money." And so he calls his friend, which is where I'm staying now, and she's not even an Airbnb person, but she's who I talked about in my last video, that has like completely taught herself, with the help of probably angels, ancient masters, on her dying day with pneumonia, learned and taught herself by receiving what was out there from the universe a breathing technique of where you use sound, the direction of breath, how you hold the breath. Some elements of it, I haven't got it all. She like kind of downloaded the whole thing to me, but it's almost like, you know, like me being an expert at Vipassana from doing one 10-day course. That's just not possible. But basically, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to learn this stuff from her. But so the universe works when you just trust the universe, when you are pure of heart, when your intentions are of service to your highest good, of service to the Creator, of service to all other beings, of service to the planet as it is in all dimensions, all people in all dimensions. Amazing things happen. Amazing things happen. Oh, before all this happened, Friday last, I was climbing with my friends in kind of this dodgy area of Riverside, and I got out there and my truck had gotten broke into, and I had actually, before I went to Tucson, I lost my wallet. Lots of spacey things happening, and so I had all this cash to go on this trip, and I was like, oh, should I take it with me climbing to where somebody could just steal my backpack? Meaning, because the whole area is kind of dodgy. It's this like quarry and whatever. It's like a local place that's kind of got a level of difficulty with climbing. And so I was like, okay, I'll just hide the cash in my truck, because it seems more likely that somebody could, like kind of like everything I had at that time, cash-wise. And my truck got broken into, and everything that I had in there got stolen, like a cool snowboard jacket, 2 hoodies that I like a lot, and a straw hat that I use in this to block the sun from myself. But the $1,300 didn't get stolen. And I was like, so what? I know there's like a message in here that I'm supposed to learn, right? And I kind of thought about it, and I thought about it, and I got to this point, and it was like, before I started doing the crazy yoga thing of going down into the city every day, like I had such a ritual and such a connection going with journaling, and I was sad about that being left behind, and I tried to do everything, and there's sometimes you just got to put stuff on the back burner. And so I have a lot of faith in the angels and how entities work with you. And in this time when I put a lot of that on the back burner, of doing a lot of my ritual stuff, a lot of my gesture stuff, lighting candles, and all the stuff which got me to 2017 from my sort of 2014, 2015 period of being like plugged in. Had to put that stuff on the back burner because there just wasn't enough time, and I still did like my version of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentacle, you know, and stuff like that. And then it just kind of came to this point where, for me, there was a time when I just needed to put a stop to going to the city every day. And there was just some stuff that happened that I don't want to talk about, that was like politics between people who maybe would watch this blog. Don't know for sure. And so I just decided it was a good time to stop and reassess, especially with it being my 56th birthday. I think it's a big deal. 55 didn't seem like a big deal, but now I'm like 1 year over being a senior citizen. And so much of the astrology of me being so emotional, like I was when I was a teenager, of just literally crying every day, of being so in love with all these people that I was connected with, and of just like all this new stuff. And I'm super, like I have a Pisces moon, and so the Mercury retrograde in Pisces was super pushing my buttons, and really, really happy to be an emotional person. And I did learn one thing though in all of that, and that's that you can't, or that the best, I really want to stop talking in extremes, and I want to say the strategy that I learned is that you can't control the ocean. In Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces right now. That's Neptune is the planet that is exalted in Pisces. They have a connection. That's what's going on. And some things you just do not have to have an answer to. You just got to have your whole totality of stuff and just realize that the emotions really change. The emotions are also associated with the moon. And this world wants you to have a strategy, and some things there just aren't a strategy, and you just have a muscle in the emotional body, a sort of psychic muscle that helps you with having all that and makes you more durable and strong, as muscles do. They support. So also at the height of a lot of this time, my friend David messaged me, and he's been listening to Dune on books. And I don't know if you're familiar with Dune, but each little chapter opens up with a quotation, because Paul Atreides, or Muad'Dib, is like, these are like, it takes place in 10,191. And so it's almost like Bible scripture and stuff. So each little chapter opens up with a quote that's from this sort of big mythology of Paul Atreides, Muad'Dib, and the whole universe and the spice and all this thing. The quote is, "There should be a science of discontent. One more time. There should be a science of discontent, because it helps develop a psychic muscle." / signed Muad'Dib. So yeah, I came to that point. And so what I know with a wide open heart is that you trust in the universe, trust in the Creator. In this time, I've also had 2 healing sessions with Anthony Torres, Archangel Healer. He has his own program going on, which is very powerful to me. That healing is just going to be kicking in into when his healings kick in is between the 4 to 10 week mark after the healing happens. He has a whole interesting process, and so does this woman here that I'm staying with. She's all about the I amness, the in the now, you know. And the same with Anthony, of where it's like, yeah, I'm into knowing about past lives and stuff like that, but like I started talking about some of the connections and some of the strong emotional stuff I'm feeling from past lives with some of my new friends. And he's like, don't give a fuck about past lives. It's all about right now. And that's very true. I want to live in that a lot more. So it's just Keith reporting about how the universe works. Same as usual, links in the drop down. Support me by supporting my music, secondculture.bandcamp.com. Going to be getting more into stuff. It's kind of like a whole new rebirth of me. I had a dream. Maybe I should talk about that again, but this very direct dream with an angel that gave me a amulet wrapped in bamboo leaf. And it was a very, very clear dream with some people in my life and stuff. And so what did I do? I constructed it. Had to use a string because I couldn't figure out how to tie a bamboo leaf. It didn't work, so I used this sort of organic twine that I have. And then this is what's his name? The electric guy. I always forget his name. Anyways, this disc is amazing, and so that's where it's going on. Like I said, links in the drop down. It's Keith. Another video coming up with truth after this one. Truth email in the drop down, secondculture.bandcamp.com, all that stuff. All right, peace out, man. I'll see you. Love you. Bye.